Broadcast Theatre proudly invites you to leave behind the ordinary and step into the extraordinary. Tonight, adventure calls across the airwaves as we journey down a road paved with magic, mystery, and marvels. So turn the dial a little louder, pull your chairs in close, and let your imaginations take flight. What you are about to hear is a tale of friendship, courage, and discovery. This is The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, written especially for you as a brand new original adaptation of L. Frank Baum's timeless story, brought to life by Sterling Community Broadcast Theatre. Tonight's adventure is brought to you by Emerald City Brand Shoe Polish. For a shine so bright it'll stop a witch in her tracks. Remember, Emerald City Brand. Accept no dull substitutes.
Dear listeners, if you've ever been to Kansas, you know it's a land where the sun shines hard, the fields stretch forever, and the wind blows just enough to keep you wondering what it might be planting next. Here, on a lonely little farm, far from the nearest neighbor, lives Dorothy Gale, an ordinary girl with an ordinary dog, and, as you're about to hear, the most extraordinary story ever to come from the Midwest. Dorothy lives with her Aunt Em, a woman as practical as a pair of horses, and Uncle Henry, a man who could sit through a thunderstorm and not blink twice. Life on the farm is quiet, predictable, until today.
Oh, Toto, look at those clouds rolling in. Big as mountains. And the wind, why, it sounds like the prairie itself is singing.
Dorothy Gale, storm to nothing new in Kansas. Quit your staring and fetch that basket of eggs before the wind does it for you.
Or we can let the wind have it. Might save us some trouble of breakfast.
Uncle Henry, you let a toyster set the table if you meant you could stay in that chair.
Now, Uncle Henry wasn't one for excitement. He believed the world spun along just fine without folks running to meet about it. But even he sat up a little straighter when the chickens began clucking like gossiping old ladies, and the sky turned the color of an iron kettle.
Dorothy, get Toto and come inside. That wind's picking up faster than a salesman with a quota.
Come on, Toto, you heard on him. This storm sounds serious.
Might be the biggest one we've had all season. Hope the barn roof stays put this time.
And then, as if the wind had been waiting for its cue, the storm roared to life. The door slammed open, the house shuddered, and a sound like a train whistle rose up from the fields.
Dorothy, you must get to the storm cellar, now!
Where is Toto? I can't find Toto. Toto! Toto! Maybe he's under the bed. I have to go look for him.
Leave him! That cyclone won't wait for stragglers!
But Dorothy wouldn't leave without him. She grabbed Toto just as the wind hit with a roar like 1,000 locomotives. The house groaned, lifted, and before anyone could say Kansas weather, was whirling through the sky like a child's top.
Toto! Hold on tight! We're flying!
Round and round they spun, climbing higher and higher, the air howling all around, until suddenly the winds fell silent. The motion slowed, and everything was still. When Dorothy opened her eyes, she knew at once this wasn't Kansas anymore. For one thing, Kansas had never been so colorful. The grass under her feet was greener than spring leaves. The flowers sparkled like morning dew, and the sky was so blue it hurt her eyes to look at it. And before Dorothy stretched the village like something from a dream. Neat little cottages, painted every shade of blue, curved along winding stone paths. Low white fences hugged gardens bright with flowers, and ribbons danced from rooftops in the gentle breeze. Wind chimes whispered softly as tiny doors creaked open one by one. And from every corner, the Munchkins emerged, small, wide-eyed, and trembling with astonishment.
Toto, what happened? This isn't home. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. This place is, well, it's beautiful.
And then, out from behind the bushes, came the strangest sight Dorothy had ever seen. A gathering of tiny people in bright clothes, with hats tall as stovepipes and voices like birdsong. These were the Munchkins, the folk of this land.
Hooray! Hooray! The storm has brought a visitor! Welcome, noble traveler, to the land of Oz!
Oh, hello. I didn't mean to drop in so suddenly. I guess the storm had other plans.
You arrived in a strange-looking house, carried here by a storm. That's a first, even for us.
And she landed right on the witch.
The witch?
The Munchkins parted slowly, revealing beneath the fallen house the vanishing body of the wicked witch of the East. Only her silver shoes remained, gleaming quietly in the sunlight. And then, before Dorothy could even gasp, the shoes slipped free of where the witch had stood and glided across the ground as if moved by unseen hands, settling softly upon Dorothy's feet, as though they had chosen her.
Yes, she was the Wicked Witch of the East. She ruled us with fear for many years. But now, her power is ended, and we're free!
Oh, this is strange. I've never seen anything like this before. Everyone's so kind, and everything's so beautiful. My name's Dorothy Gale, and this is my dog, Toto. We didn't mean to fall from the sky, but I'm very glad we landed here.
As Dorothy tried to take it all in, a hush fell over the crowd. A woman in a flowing, shimmering gown stepped forward. Her presence so gentle it made the air itself feel lighter. Even the shadows seemed to bow lightly on her way. Her eyes drifted down to the silver shoes on Dorothy's feet. Those very shoes had flown her the moment Dorothy's house landed in Munchkin, chosen by magic yet unexplained.
Hello, my dear child. I am Glinda, the Good Witch of the South. You have traveled very far, though you did not mean to, and I know your heart is full of questions. But fear not, you are safe here. The silver shoes you now wear are no ordinary thing. They carry a magic that even the recently departed Wicked Witch never truly understood. Magic that listens closely to kindness, courage, and the wishes of a true heart.
And just then, with a puzzled little gasp, Dorothy looked down and for the first time noticed the shoes upon her feet. They shimmered and shone like polished stone, so bright and beautiful that she could not help but admire them. They were nothing like the shoes she had on when she was in Kansas.
They're awfully pretty, but I don't know the first thing about magic. I wouldn't even know how to start using them. Magic often begins with belief, my dear child. But for now, you need only start your journey. Follow this yellow brick road to the Emerald City. There, the great Wizard of Oz may grant you a way. He can help me go home? Back to Aunt Em and Uncle Henry? He is said to be wise beyond measure, though he can be a bit dramatic. Wizards do love their secrets.
Mind the road, young traveler. There are twists and turns, but it will lead you to truth.
Watch your step, it can hurt.
Then I'll follow it. Thank you, all of you. I'll find this wizard, and I'll find my way home. Remember, child, courage often comes when you least expect it, and sometimes The friends we meet along the way bring the greatest magic of all.
Good luck to our
And with that, the good witch vanished in a morning mist, leaving Dorothy to begin her journey along the yellow brick road. A road that would lead to strange companions, dark or dangerous, and a destiny she never imagined. And upon Dorothy's small feet, the silver shoes gleamed, catching every ray of light, bright as morning frost. Somewhere unseen, Glinda the Good Witch smiled, for she knew more than she said, for these shoes carried power far beyond their sparkle. Dorothy followed the yellow brick road for a time, the sun warm on her shoulders and Toto trotting at her side. Before long, the road wound through fields of golden corn as far as she could see. And there, atop a crooked post, stood a scarecrow with the friendliest painted face you ever saw.
Why, that scarecrow almost looks like he's smiling at me. Toto, do you see that?
Good day to you, miss. Could you spare a moment to help a fellow off his perch? I'd do it myself, but, well, my arms are mostly for show.
Why, you can talk.
Oh, yes, quite fluently, though I do ramble, considering I've no brain to organize my thoughts. I tried thinking once, nearly sprained my hat.
Well, now, we can't possibly leave you up here having conversations with crows. I'm Dorothy Gale. This little fellow is Toto, and we'd be happy to help you down. Hold still.
Dorothy! Toto! It's marvelous to meet you. I promise I'm far better company once I'm not tied to a pole.
And with that, Dorothy rose onto her toes, fingers working quickly at the tight-pulled ropes. The scarecrow swayed in the breeze, his patch fluttering. Straw drifted down like golden confetti as she freed one arm, then the other, and at last the post gave a weary groan.
Oh, that's better! Though, I feel a bit drafty. Oh, whoops, there goes my left knee. Toto, good lad, fetch that for me.
Don't worry, we'll stuff it back in. There you are, almost as good as new.
Marvelous. Now, if only I had a brain, I might remember to stay in one piece.
Well, I'm heading to the Emerald City to ask the wizard for help. Maybe he could give you a brain.
Brain, you say? Thoughts, opinions, perhaps even riddles. Oh, do you think he'll wrap it up nicely with a bow?
We can ask him.
Splendid. In the meantime, I'll try not to outsmart myself.
Which at the moment is remarkably easy.
And so Dorothy, Toto, and her new companion set off together. The girl with her heart set on home, and the scarecrow hoping one day to be clever enough to tell knock-knock jokes properly. But even as they laughed, a dark eye was watching. But laughter can fade quickly on the yellow brick road. Without warning, the daylight dimmed, just a slip, and a long, jagged shadow stretched across Dorothy's face. Dorothy looked up, and there she stood, as if she had stepped out of the very air, the wicked witch herself, tall and skeletal, her tattered black robes trailing like smoke. She moved with a sharp, deliberate grace. Her face was all angles, hollow cheeks, a long, bookish nose, and one piercing eye glittered with a merciless hunger. Her long, bony fingers twitched as she stared down at the silver shores, and the very air seemed to chill where she stood.
So, this is the little girl everyone's whispering about, wearing my sister's shoes, strolling about like she owns the place. You've killed my sister and have taken what was mine by right, though Those shoes carry secrets, girl. Secrets you're far too small, too simple to understand. Hand them over now, or I promise you'll never take another step along this road.
I didn't mean to hurt anyone. The house just fell. I don't even know why. I'm awfully sorry about your sister.
Sorry? Sorry doesn't bring her back, my pretty. Sorry doesn't give me my shoes.
I don't want any trouble. I just want to find Blizzard. He might help me get home.
Home? Oh, well, we all want something. But life isn't so generous, child. Not here. And you, wandering about in those shoes, you'll find life can be very, very short.
Dorothy, I think this conversation is leading toward the short life part.
Silence, Haverbrains. I've no quarrel with you. Yet. But keep traveling this road, little girl, and you'll learn how quickly dreams can turn into nightmares.
I just want to see the wizard. If he can help me, I'll go home and never bother you again.
Oh, you'll see him. Run to him. Run as fast as you can. Hide behind the great and terrible wizard if you wish. He's nothing but smoke and shouting. He won't save you when I come for those shoes. If not for her meddling magic, I will take them from you this very moment.
For though the wicked witch burned with fury, she could not cross the power that Glinda had placed upon the child. Bound by magic older than her own, the witch could only glare and retreat, her eye fixed on the silver shoes she so dearly coveted.
Enjoy your journey, little girl. I will be waiting. And when Glinda's protection fades, those shoes will be mine.
Well, she seems nice.
Nice enough to give me nightmares. Come on, Toto. Let's get moving.
And so they pressed on, hearts beating a little faster, unaware of the trials and the friends that still lay there.
Attention travelers far and wide! Sterling Theatrical Broadcast Systems proudly presents Emerald City Travel Shoes. Shoes so magical even the Wicked Witch can't keep you off the road.
I wore these shoes all the way to the Emerald City and not a single pebble slowed me down.
Pebbles? Who cares about pebbles? I tried these shoes, and even I could march without falling apart. Mostly.
You may walk straight, but beware. These shoes sparkle so brightly they'll make a wicked witch jealous.
Shiny, comfy, and magical. What more could a traveler ask for?
Maybe a little bit of brains, too, if you're missing any.
Emerald City Travel Shoes. Stride with confidence, shine with style, and never lose your way on the yellow brick road.
As the yellow brick road wound deeper into the forest, the sunlight flickered through the branches and all grew hushed and still. There, standing motionless among the trees, was a figure that shimmered in the dappled light. At first, Dorothy thought it was a statue, tall and gleaming, with an axe held frozen in mid-swing. But no, this was no statue. His arms and legs were made of shining tin. His face carefully shaped into kind features. Yet he stood, stiff as stone, unable to move a single joint. The tin, once a man of flesh and blood, now stood silent and waited, as though the forest itself had forgotten.
Why, he looks so real. Every little detail. His eyes, his face, so carefully made. It feels as though he might speak at any moment.
Greetings, travelers. I am the Tin Woodman. Pray, could you oil my joints?
Merciful stuffing, he speaks! Oh, quick, Dorothy, see the little brass pan on the shelf? There, give it before he creaks himself to pieces.
Dorothy picked up a small brass can. Its spout glinted in the sunlight. She tilted it as the warm oil hissed softly against the big, stiff mouth and lung. The Scarecrow steadied, holding out a hand while Dorothy rubbed the oil into each joint. Slowly, tense creaks gave way to smooth gliding as his arms and legs moved freely once more. A tiny drip of oil splattered onto the Scarecrow's straw, sending him squeaking and flailing in surprise. But he quickly recovered, trying to look dignified while brushing stray straw from his hat.
Ah, much better. You freed me from my rusty prison. For many months I stood here caught in the rain with no one to help me. Yes, don't forget the elbow. Yes. And the knees, every joint must be seen to. Brings a bit of relief with every joint that's oiled.
Ha! A regular fountain of wisdom already. Oil is the best medicine, eh?
Well, I'm glad we found you. You're not only shiny, you've got a good sense of humor, too. I'm Dorothy, and this little fellow is Toto, my trusty dog. And this is my friend the Scarecrow. Well, he's still trying to figure out what he's good at, but I think he'll leave us laughing along the way.
Yes, that's me, swaying and clever. Oh, well, I'll be clever soon enough, you'll see.
Greetings, travelers. It's a pleasure to meet such spirited companions.
Dorothy listened closely, her heart aching at the sound of his voice. The forest seemed quieter somehow, as if even the trees were pausing to hear the Tin Woodman's tale.
Oh, Tin Woodman, you look so stiff. Does it hurt to stand that way? I'm sorry if I'm asking too much, but how did this happen to you?
It pains me no longer, littleness, though it once did terribly. I was caught in the rain and rusted where I stood, unable to move and cry out for help.
That must have been awful. Standing there all alone?
Aye, it was. Yet worse still is this. Though I'm made of shining tin, I have no heart. Once I was a living man, but bit by bit, I was enchanted and changed. And now, I can't love, though I wish it more than anything.
Dorothy's eyes softened as she looked at him, understanding the sorrow behind his metallic exterior, while Toto tilted his head, sensing the sadness beneath the shiny surface.
Well, that makes two of us. I've no brains, you've no heart. Between us, we'll make quite the fellow. Though I dare say we'd argue over who gets the better half.
Scarecrow.
What? I'm just saying, between my lack of brains, his lack of heart, we're terribly incomplete company.
Despite herself, Dorothy laughed, and in that moment she saw not a man of tin, but a soul full of longing.
Would you like to come with us? We can help each other along the way, and together maybe we'll find a way to face what's ahead, and perhaps even restore what's missing inside.
Yes, I have long wished for a heart, to feel as others do, to care, to love. I thought it might never be mine again, yet somehow, meeting you, Scarecrow, and Miss Dorothy, I sensed the kindness I thought was lost forever. I will join you.
Excellent! One more companion for the road. Just don't expect me to carry the map. I'd like this place.
And so the little party grew by one. Along the yellow brick road they went. Scarecrow eager for brains, and a woodman made of tin who longed for the heart he had lost. And at the front, Dorothy, a girl with her small dog and silver shoes, flashed with each careful step, as if marking the way toward destiny. Little did they know, their journey was far from over, for something was waiting just ahead. The yellow brick road carried Dorothy and her companions deeper into the heart of the forest. The cheerful birdsong replaced by the rustle of unseen creatures. Branches reached out like twisted arms, and the light grew dim beneath the heavy canopy. Every shadow seemed alive, every sound a whisper of warning. And then, rounding an bend in the road, a figure emerged from the shadows. He was enormous, taller than any man, with a golden brown mane that bristled in the breeze. His shoulders were broad, his paws enormous, and his teeth sharp enough to frighten even the bravest traveler. Yet, for all of his size and ferocity, there was something awkward in his gait. He padded forward carefully, ears swiveling at every sound, tail tucked low between his legs. His eyes darted nervously from side to side, betraying a timidity that contradicted the roar that was about to announce his presence.
Roar! Dare walk upon my path! I am the King of Beasts! Tremble before me!
The lion towered over them, his mane a tangled golden crown, eyes wide with a mixture of pride and nervous energy. Muscles rippled beneath his tawny fur, yet there was a tremble in his stance, revealing that though he roared like a king, courage was a friend he had yet to face.
Well, he looks fierce enough, though I dare say even kings can be nervous behind all that hair.
Oh, Toto, stay close. What a dreadful noise.
Oh, merciful stuffing! I've been frightened out of my hay!
You stand back, beast, or you shall taste the steel of my axe.
That's strong! No one can stand against the lion! I'll take you to bits! One by one!
Don't you dare lay a paw on him, you great bully! Frightening poor Toto like that? Shame on you!
Bully! No one's ever called me that before! I only roared because I'm scared you might hurt me!
Scared? You? But you're King of Beasts.
Oh, yes, that's me! King of Beasts! Mighty hunter, fierce and terrible! Except, well, truth be told, I have no courage at all. None of whiskers work.
So you roar to cover up your nerves. Oh, that's cleverer than I'd expect from a coward.
It doesn't feel clever. When danger comes, I tremble. When I should fight, I flee. All the jungle beasts laugh at me. What good is a lion who fears even the sound of his own roar?
Well, you may not feel brave, but meeting strangers like us, coming face to face, took courage all the same. I'm Dorothy, and this is Toto. He looks fiercer than he is. Most days.
Toto gave a small bark and wagged his tail, circling Dorothy's feet with eager energy.
And these are my friends, the Scarecrow, who longs for a brain, and the Tin Woodman, who wishes for a heart. Together, we're traveling to see the Wizard of Oz.
Pleased to meet you. I am, well, the Scarecrow. The brains are a work in progress.
I am the Tin Woodman. I once had a heart, or so I'm told, and now I seek one again.
Perhaps he could help you, too. Why not come with us to the Emerald City? Together we might find what we've been missing. And a little courage along the way.
You'd let me join you? Oh, I'd be ever so grateful. Perhaps the Great Wizard can give me what I like. Then I'll be the bravest of beasts at last.
And if he gives me brains and the Woodman a heart and Dorothy her way home, why, we'll be the finest company Oz has ever seen.
Here, here.
And so the company was complete at last. A little girl and her dog, a scarecrow, a tin woodman, and now a lion who longed for courage. Together, they pressed onward, their hearts lifted at the sight of the distant gleam of the Emerald City, unaware of what awaited them just then. After the excitement with the lion, Dorothy and her companions continued along the yellow brick road. The forest thinned, and golden sunlight danced through scattered leaves, casting moving patterns on the ground. Birds chirped lazily, and a soft breeze carried the scent of wildflowers. What our unsuspecting travelers didn't know was that the poppies were enchanted by the wicked witch of the West herself. Their sweet fragrance rolled through the air like a warm, irresistible lullaby, drawing each breath deeper and heavier. Every petal seemed to shimmer and whisper in the wind, rustling softly as if sharing secrets meant only for those who walked beneath them. The ground beneath their feet seemed to melt into a carpet of ruby red and golden flowers, and the yellow road faded away into a dreamy haze. The sunlight grew hazier, the sky dimmed, and even the gentle breeze carried a weighty, drowsy warmth. Eyes grew heavy, limbs grew sluggish, and the magic of the poppies began to wrap its silky spell around the travelers, tempting them to drift into a deep, enchanted sleep from which it seemed they might never awake.
Oh, lovely. I could just rest here for a moment.
Rest? Oh, Dorothy, I don't think this is the napping section of the yellow brick road.
Something's wrong. The scent, it makes me dizzy. Though, come to think of it, I don't breathe, so perhaps it's just my imagination.
Oh, I'm terribly afraid, of course. Oh, I think I'll just lie down and...
Dorothy, lion! This isn't good. This isn't good at all.
The poppy's magic had taken hold. Their scent was irresistible, and each traveler sank deeper into drowsy helplessness. The yellow brick road beneath them seemed to vanish, replaced by the soft, colorful haze of the flowers. Every breath carried the lull of enchantment, and every blink threatened to let sleep claim.
We must get them out of the field, quickly, before they sleep forever.
Out of the field? Oh, splendid idea! And how exactly do you suggest we carry a girl, a dog, and an entire lion? I'm mostly stuffing.
Ah, between your straw and my mantle, we'll manage. Come now, help me lift them.
With all the strength they could muster, the Tin Woodman and the Scarecrow carried Dorothy and Toto to the big pocket. When the lion, too large, trapped by the flower spell, remained behind, struggling in the haze. What will they do? Can the lion be saved? Will Dorothy reach the Emerald City at last, or has the wicked witch already begun her plot? Don't wander far. Return soon with Act 2 after a short break.
Friends, travelers, and heroes of every strength, when life's road gets dusty, wouldn't it be nice to shine a little brighter?
Why, of course it would. Hello, my dears. Belinda the Good Witch here, and I simply adore a good shine. Whether it's silver shoes, a tin chest, or a hopeful heart.
Ha 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 ha! That's why families across Oz, and Kansas too, trust Glinda's ever-bright silver polish.
Just a dab brings out the sparkle that was there all along. Why, even the dullest day can gleam again with a little care and kindness.
Perfect for shoes, armor, kettles, teapots, pocket watches, and certain enchanted travelers who like to look their best while strolling the yellow brick road.
I've seen miracles happen with a soft cloth and a hopeful smile.
Easy to use, gentle on magic, and guaranteed not to squeak, creak, or clank, even on long journeys.
And remember, darlings,
So ask for Glinda's ever-bright silver polish, because when you shine, the whole world feels a bit more wonderful.
Shine with kindness, sparkle true, Glinda's ever bright, works for you.
When last we saw our intrepid travelers, Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, and little Toto had just emerged from the enchanted poppy field. But the cowardly lion lay trapped among the sleep-inducing blooms, snoring loudly and breathing the heroic roars. Now, as the haze begins to lift, our friends must work together to rescue him and continue their journey toward the gleaming Emerald City ahead.
Oh, Lion, wake up! You must come with us to the Emerald City.
Lift him too? Oh, I suppose you mean all of him. I've got straw in my arms already, and that's just a portion of him.
Focus! He's too heavy to argue with, and if the puppies keep their spell, he'll sleep forever.
I remember it! I remember! Oh, the flowers are stronger than my roar!
Come on, Lion, you can do it. Just a little. Wake up!
Toto darted between them, dripping excitedly, pawing at the lion's legs and giving gentle nips to encourage him to stay steady. His tiny tail wagged furiously, a whirlwind of energy adding both chaos and charm to the scene.
Brilliant! Let's see. I can lift one leg, a Tin Woodman can handle an arm, and oh dear, the tail!
Careful! One wrong move and he'll tumble straight into the puppies again.
Where am I? Oh, the dreadful poppies. I was winning. I am the king of the beasts, and yet I fear petals more than I fear tigers.
You're brave enough, Lion. You just need to believe it yourself. Now, come on. We must continue to the Emerald City.
Oh, watch your step, Lion, before you'll nap again and leave the rest of us to finish the journey.
And so, with the lion finally freed from the poppy's enchantment, the companions, Dorothy, Toto, the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, and the Cowardly Lion, resumed their journey along the yellow brick road, hearts filled with determination and a little amusement at the lion's dramatic play. The yellow brick road stretched endlessly before our travelers, winding through rolling meadows, sparkling streams, and groves of trees whose leaves glittered like emeralds in the sun. And there it was, the Emerald City. Towers of gleaming green glass rose into the sky, catching the sun and scattering 1,000 shimmering reflections like dancing emeralds. Golden spires crowned each turn, and bridges arched gracefully over clear canals that sparkled with light. The city gates shone with jewels, and even from this distance, Dorothy and her friends could hear the faint hum of music, the laughter of its people, and the bustle of a place alive with wonder and magic. Never had they seen anything so magnificent, so full of promise, hope, and adventure.
Look! I can see the Emerald City! We're getting closer, Toto!
Yes, and hopefully this time the road doesn't try to trip us. Though I must say it's doing a good job keeping me on my toes.
Don't let it. I'll keep watch. No enchanted branches or tricksy vines will catch us by surprise, unless they're very sleepy.
I feel a sense of foreboding. The city is bright and welcoming, yes, but I have a feeling we're being watched. I sense a wicked presence.
We'll face whatever comes together. Right, friends?
Right?
As our brave companions pressed on, the wind whispered through the trees, carrying hints of mystery, and shadows that seemed to stretch just a little too far. Somewhere, Hidden beyond the sparkling meadows, a chilling cackle echoes. Faint but unmistakable, the wicked witch was near. Her eye on the travelers, plotting her next move. Though the Emerald City shimmered ahead with promise, danger lingered unseen, ready to spring upon the unaware. Traveling along the yellow brick road can be tiring, but lucky for you listeners, there's a treat to keep your energy bright and spirits high.
Introducing Ozzy and Whistle Candy. Sweet, colorful, and with a tiny whistle in every piece. Just pop it in your mouth and blow a cheerful tune.
Why, I never knew candy could be so musical.
Pardon me, a treat that keeps my gears moving and my taste buds entertained.
And it even makes little Toto whistle along with you.
Ozzy and Whistle Candy. Sweet, fun, and musical. Perfect for every traveler on the yellow brick road.
The yellow brick road twisted into a dense shadowed grove. Sunlight struggled through the tangled branches, casting eerie patterns on the ground. The air thickened with the scent of damp earth and magic, and a cold, unsettling wind whispered words. Hidden in the shadows, the wicked witch's eye glimmered like green fire, her smile sharp as a blade. She waited for the perfect moment to strike fear into the hearts of the travelers.
Well, what have we here? A helpless little girl, a noisy dog, a stiff tin man, a foolish bundle of straw, and a trembling lion. How delightfully pathetic.
I don't like you hurt my friend!
Stay back. Don't think for a second that we aren't afraid, because we are.
Oh dear, my wits seem to have wandered off again. Someone please tell me which end is the right way to think.
You can't stop us. We're going to the Emerald City, even if we're scared.
The wicked witch stepped forward, her long, jagged shadow stretching across the road. She waved a clawed hand, and the wind swirled violently, carrying a haze of black leaves and whispering voices. The companions held together, hearts pounding, each one trembling as fear threatened to overcome them. Yet somehow, they did not falter.
Little travelers, enjoy your journey while you can. For now, I am bound, kept at bay by spells and shining words. But do not mistake that for mercy. I will watch and wait. Every step you take upon that yellow road will be known to me. And when the magic that shields you fades, when you are far from her light, I will return. Those shoes are mine by right, and I will claim them, along with everything you hold dear.
At last, the wicked witch vanished into the shadows, leaving the companions trembling and wide-eyed. They had faced her first truly menacing attack and survived, though their courage had been tested and their nerves frayed. Together, they caught their breath, knowing the Emerald City still awaited, but that danger was never far behind.
That was terrifying. But we made it.
And I only nearly toppled over. Well, mostly.
Let's move quickly. The Emerald City is close, but I don't trust that witch one bit.
Next time, I'll roar louder. Or maybe just hide behind your face.
At last, The yellow brick road carried our weary travelers to the gate of the Emerald City. And there before them stood a figure most peculiar. An emerald uniformed guardsman, tall and proud, with a twirling mustache and polished buttons that gleamed like emerald jewels. His eyes sparkled with mischief, as though guarding a city of wonders required more than a mere key.
Halt! None may pass these gates without first proving themselves worthy. To enter the Emerald City, you must solve riddles of wit, demonstrate courage in the face of fear, and work together as one. Only then will the path be open to you.
And so, the trials began. Dorothy stepped forward first, her brow furrowed in concentration as she unraveled a tricky riddle that twisted and turned like a wind over the fields of Kansas. The Scarecrow balanced precariously on a narrow beam, bearing an urgent message without dropping a single word.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
His patchwork limbs wobbling comically yet determined. The Tin Woodman planted his feet against a sudden, howling gust.
Now bring it on.
Shining in the sun as each metallic joint groaned under the strain. And the cowardly lion, chest heaving, summoned every ounce of courage he could muster, letting out a roar that echoed through those city walls and made even the guards pause in awe. Some with grace, others with clanging, wobbling, and nervous laughter, but at last all prevailed.
Well done, travelers! You have proven your cleverness, courage, and teamwork, and may now enter the Emerald City!
At last, Dorothy and her companions were brought into the grand hall of the Emerald City. Vast and glittering, it was a place of marvelous mysteries. The walls shimmered as though they were made of jewels, and the air itself seemed alive with a green and golden glow. And there, upon a towering throne, appeared the wizard himself. To Dorothy, he was a giant head, vast and solid. To the Scarecrow, a winged creature of terrible majesty. To the Tin Woodman, a great ball of fire. And to the cowardly lion, a beast greater than himself, with fangs like swords.
Who dares disturb the great and powerful Oz?
Please, sir, we've come so far. I only wish to go home to Kansas.
And I seek a brain.
And I, a heart.
Courage, please! You ask much of the great and powerful Oz. What you seek cannot be given lightly, nor without great cost. Beyond these gates lies the land of the West, a place where the sun grows pale and the wind itself carries warning. There rules a wicked witch of the West, a creature of cunning and cruelty, steeped in dark enchantments. Her minions prowl the roads, her traps lie hidden beneath dust and shadow. She commands storms that howl like beasts, and magic that twists the thoughts and tests the spirits. Many have set out toward her domain, few have ever returned. If you would have what you desire, brains, heart, courage, or a path back home, then you must first face what even the bravest fear. Go now into the West, destroy the wicked witch, and do not return to me empty-handed. Bring me her broomstick as proof that her power is ended. Only then shall your wishes be granted. Now go! And return only when this task is complete.
His words struck them like iron. The chamber shook with smoke and mirrors, and when the haze cleared, the wizard was gone. The friends looked to one another, their faces pale, their hearts heavy, yet they knew there was no choice. And so, under the watchful eye of the guardsman, their quest began anew.
Best gather your strength, travelers! The road west is long, and the witch, she does not take kindly to visitors.
And with that, the gates of the Emerald City swung wide, and Dorothy, Toto, and their faithful companions stepped forth toward their most perilous journey yet. Westward they walked, across the land of the Winkies. The fields stretched wide and yellow under a pale sky, but all was still and uneasy. The very wind seemed to whisper warnings, carrying with it the shadow of the wicked witch. The Winkies, the people of this land, were a gentle folk, slender, hard-working, and bound to the witch's will. Once free and cheerful, they now toiled under her harsh rule, their bright faces shadowed by fear, their hands bent to labor and her dark commands. And though they watched from the distance, hope flickered faintly in their eyes as the travelers passed, perhaps the first glimmer of rescue they had known in many years. But while the travelers pressed onward, their path watched from above and afar. In her dark, twisted castle, the wicked witch of the west plotted. Her single eye glittered with greed and fury, scanning the horizon for the little girl who dared wear her sister's silver shoes. Every shout of the wind, every whisper of the wind spoke to her of the traveler's approach.
So, the little girl dares to walk through my lands wearing the silver shoes, my silver shoes. Their power should be mine. Let her come. I'll see how long she keeps them when my wolves and crows are through with her and her little friends.
And in her dark castle, the wicked witch of the west sat watching, her single eye scanning the land for the shadows of the tower. Before her, the crystal ball shimmered, reflecting the gleam of Dorothy's silver shoes as they danced across its glass. With a hiss of rage, she raised her clawed head, her envy burning hotter than any fire in her dark domain. Her first strike came swiftly. A pack of great, snarling wolves, fangs bare, and eyes glowing in the dim light.
Toto, stay close.
Stand behind me, friends. Their teeth shall not touch you.
The Tin Woodman stood fast, his axe flashing in green booty, chopping down wolves as they attacked. Though he had no heart, sorrow weighed heavily upon him with every stroke. The witch's fury deepened. She then loosed a storm of crows, blackening the sky until day seemed like night. Their wings beat like thunder, their cries sharp as knives.
Now here's a battle I was built for! Come on, you feathered fiends!
The scarecrow spun and went so wild that the feathers flew their direction. Startled and confused, the crows clapped and stumbled over one another until the whole flock scattered back to the fields.
Now, see? No brains required for that one.
But the witch was not finished. Next came a furious swarm of black bees, their wings droning like war drums, and their stingers as sharp as sewing needles.
They're coming straight for us.
Under my straw, Dorothy! You too, Toto, hurry!
leaving the Scarecrow looking rather patchy but proud.
Bravely done, my friend.
But the witch's patience had ended. From the shadows of her castle, she reached for her most terrible weapon, the golden cap, a crown of magic that granted her the loyalty of the winged monkeys. These were no ordinary creatures, fierce, clever, and swift, with leathery wings and eyes that glimmered with mischief and obedience. Once bound to the cap's power, they could not refuse the witch's command. With a chant of ancient words,
Simonivi, volatilis, alatus, signa.
She summoned them forth, their shrieks echoing across the land as they took to the sky, ready to do her bidding and strike terror into the hearts of Dorothy and her companions. Down they swept from the blackened sky, cruel and unstoppable. The Scarecrow flailed as a monkey swooped, tugging at his patched limbs, shuddering its straw across the sunlit fields. The Tin Woodman, despite his strength, was slammed against the rocky ground. Joints twisting each blow, his axe clattering from his grasp. The cowardly lion roared in defiance. Yet heavy chains wrapped around him like iron bonds, pinning him to the cold ground. Dorothy clutched Toto tightly, her heart pounding as she watched her friend struggle, helpless against the witch's bloodless magic. Dust swirled, wings flapped, and the air was thick with tension as chaos reigned around them. And Dorothy, helpless and frightened, was borne away from her companions. Toto struggling in her arms to the dark castle of the wicked witch herself. And so the road of trials had ended, but the true battle had only just begun.
Folks, even in the far corners of Oz, there's one thing everyone agrees on. Nothing keeps you looking sharper than emerald gleam polish. From boots to brass, from doorknobs to dinnerware, emerald gleam makes it shine.
Halt! State your business. Oh my. Look at the shine on those boots. Why, they're brighter than the emerald gates themselves.
Shucks, Mr. Card. All I did was give him a quick swipe with Emerald Gleam. Works faster than you can say Yellow Brick Road.
And best of all, it's an everlasting. Why one shot of everlasting tornado? What are your money of that?
Emerald gleam polish. Because a proper shine is the first step toward greatness. Available wherever fine goods are sold in the land of Oz.
The castle loomed like a shadow upon the land, black stone crisping high into the sky. Inside, torches flickered against cold walls, throwing long, dancing shapes across the floors. Dorothy and Toto were ready by the witch's minions, their claws clicking against the stone as they dragged them to the heart of the fortress. The wicked witch of the west waited in her throne room, eye gleaming like green fire. Their long, pointed fingers twitched with anticipation as the prisoners entered.
Well, well, what do we have here? A little girl, a cowardly lion, a rusted man of tin, and a patchwork fool. How quaint. And look at you, thinking Glinda's protection can reach you here, in my domain? Ha! Her magic stops at my gates. Here it is I who hold the power. And those shiny little shoes on your feet, don't think they'll save you here. Their sparkle may blind others, but it will not shield you from me.
The attendants scurried to the edges of the hall as the witch rose. The air thickened, scented with smoke and something sharp like burning iron.
First, Dorothy, the little girl. So innocent, so frightened.
I'm not afraid of you.
Ah, but you will be.
Next, the cowardly lion changed his body. He trembled and tried to puff up his chest, roaring a shout that barely echoed in the cavernous hall.
And you, the ferocious king of beasts, so brave until faced with real danger? Let's see how long that lasts.
Then, the Tin Woodman, still a little bent from his journey, his metallic joints groaned as he flexed in defiance, though a slight shiver ran through him.
Ah, yes, metal without warmth, a heart you claim to seek. We shall see if it withstands fear.
Finally, the scarecrow, patchwork limbs dangling, her eye wide, the witch's gaze lingered as her crooked fingers twitched toward him.
And you, the clever one, sharp of wit, light of straw, fragile, and most inconveniently flammable.
And with that, she raised her wand and aimed a sinister spell at the scarecrow. The air sizzling as if it could ignite the very straw. Dorothy's quick thinking, however, kept her friend safe, stepping forward in defiance.
Stop! You won't harm him.
The witch recoiled, momentarily distracted, but she recovered quickly. Her cackles echoed, filling every corner of the stone hall as the heroes prepared themselves for the challenges ahead. And so, trapped within the walls of the Wicked Witch, Dorothy and her friends braced themselves. The road to victory, to freedom, and home again would demand courage, wit, and the cleverness of heart. The end of their trials was almost at hand. And then it happened. The witch, her patience burned away like smoke, raised her wand high, sparks spitting like firecrackers.
Enough! I'll end you all! Let the flames take you, Scarecrow, first!
Dorothy, she's gonna make a torch out of me!
Black witch, don't you touch him!
Leave my friend alone!
Oh, brave words from such pitiful creatures!
The heat grew unbearable. The flames climbing the walls, the air thick with smoke and fear. Dorothy's eyes darted wildly until there, in the shadows, stood a lone bucket of water.
Stop it! Stop it right now!
The witch only knew a sound like iron scraping stone, and raised her wand for another strike. Dorothy's eyes caught the old tin bucket, still glistening with water where the frightened servant had forgotten it moments before. And before fear could stop her, she seized it, lifted it high above her head, and threw it with all her might. The water showered full in the chest, washing over her robes, her face, and where it touched, smoke began to rise. The green of her skin glistered and ran like ink in rain. Her robe sagged, losing shape as her body withered beneath it. The scent of brimstone filled the air, sharp and bitter as she shrieked, clawing at the air that could no longer save her.
No, you wretched girl. Look what you've done. I'm melting, melting. What a world, what a world.
And as the wicked witch shrieked and melted into nothingness, the hall seemed to sigh with relief. Her robes fell in limp folds, her twisted wand clattered to the stone floor, a remnant of the darkness that had plagued the land. Yet there, shining brighter than ever, the silver shoes sparkled upon Dorothy's feet, catching every stray ray of light as if celebrating the triumph. The wind carried away the last echoes of the witch's fury, leaving only calm and quiet. In that moment, it became clear. The true magic was not in spells or power, but in courage, friendship, and the kindness that had carried them through every perilous step of their journey. For a long moment, no one moved. The Winkies, her servants, stood frozen in disbelief until one dropped the spear with a clap. Then another, and another.
She's gone. The witch is gone.
Cheers swelled through the dark hallways. Cries of freedom, of disbelief, of joy. As the wicked witch's spell broke at last, the castle was freed as sunlight pierced through shattered clouds.
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to stop her and to save my friends.
You did it, Dorothy. You stopped her, all right.
You freed them all.
You were the bravest of us all.
And so, the witch's dark reign ended not with sword or spell, but with the simplest weapon of all, the courage of a kind heart. Yet though one danger had passed, the road home still waited, and the promise of the wizard loomed ahead. The winged monkeys vanished. With them gone, the lion freed from his chains, and the Tin Woodman and Scarecrow were soon repaired with a little help from the Weepers. Dorothy stooped to pick up the wicked witch's broom, its bristles singed and twisted, yet still intact, a tangible proof of their victory. The travelers paused, catching their breath, brushing themselves off, and taking in the stillness of the castle, now free from the witch's dark magic. With courage renewed and friendship stronger than ever, they made their way back to the Emerald City, ready to meet the wizard and receive the rewards of their trials. They stood before the grand throne, eyes wide at the swirling smoke and the booming voice of the wizard. A giant looming head seemed to float above them, eyes glimmering with authority and words that rumbled through the hall. The wizard had given them their quest, to defeat the Wicked Witch of the West and return her broom as proof of their victory. Only then would their wishes be granted.
Perhaps they've done enough. Maybe I can fudge it a bit, and no one will notice the truth.
Rabbitoto, ever curious, darted forward, sniffing and tugging at the edge of the heavy curtain. With a determined squeak and one strong pull, the curtain swung aside, revealing not the mighty, fearsome wizard, but a humble man operating buttons, levers, and clever contraptions. To everyone's surprise, the great wizard was no magical giant, but a clever human behind the illusions. His eyes went wide in genuine alarm as he saw Dorothy holding the broom, the proof that their daring quest had been completed.
Ah! Toto! You clever little rascal! You've uncovered my secret. Well, I suppose the curtain must be drawn. No smoke, no mirrors, just me. Not so mighty, perhaps, as the stories say, but do not be fooled. The true magic has never been in me alone. It's always been here, within each of you, waiting for courage, heart, and cleverness to bring it to life. Scarecrow, you asked for a brain. Here is one, made of bran, pins, and needles, a token to symbolize the cleverness that has always been yours.
Oh my! I can feel it. Thoughts, ideas, possibilities. I've never felt so brainy.
Tin Woodman, you sought a heart. Take this silk heart, stuffed with sawdust, a symbol of the compassion and kindness that have guided every step of your journey.
A heart, at last. I can feel it beating inside me. Warm, hope, oh, I can almost love again.
Ah, cowardly lion, you longed for courage. Receive this medal, proudly labeled Courage. And a special potion a symbol of the bravery that already shone within you.
Oh. I can feel it roaring through me. Yes, fearing with it, but now I face it head on. Thank you all.
Each gift was more than a tool. It was proof of what they had discovered along the way. Their true qualities had been within them all along, waiting for a challenge, and a little friendship to bring them forth. As the wizard spoke his final words, a low hiss of steam echoed from outside the grand hall. The great doors opened, and all eyes turned to see a most extraordinary sight. A magnificent hot air balloon. Its wide silver panels gleaming gold and green in the morning sun.
Behold, my balloon, built for voyages beyond the skies. It shall carry me back to my own land. And, my dear Dorothy, it can carry you home to Kansas as well.
Home? Oh, wizard, truly? You mean it?
Indeed, you have more than earned your passage. We'll float upon the wind itself. You, Toto, and I, straight across the clouds until the prairie greets us once more.
So the wizard prepared his balloon, and Dorothy stood with Toto and her friends, the silver shoes glinting faintly in the emerald city light, reminders of all she had known. Dorothy hugged the Tin Woodman, the Scarecrow, and the Lion Tightly, whispering her heartfelt goodbyes. She laughed and thanked them all for everything, her eyes shining with gratitude.
I'll never forget any of you. Thank you for helping me and for being my friends.
And I'll never forget you, Dorothy. You reminded me that even without a brain, a little kindness can make all the difference. Safe travels, my friend.
Your courage has warmed this tin heart, Dorothy. Remember me when you laugh and when you cry. You'll always have a place in my thoughts.
And I will remember your bravery, Dorothy. You taught me that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Farewell, my friend.
I'll carry all of you in my heart, always.
And maybe next time we'll teach Toto a thing or two about brains.
And make sure no one forgets to oil me before I move.
And I'll try not to scare anyone along the way. Oh, too much.
With hugs, laughter, and promises to meet again,
Miss you.
Dorothy turned toward the Emerald City one last time. The townsfolk gathered, cheering and waving as the great balloon was ready for flight. Ropes were fastened, sandbags loosened, and the bright envelope swelled with warm air. Dorothy's heart fluttered with hope as she stepped toward the basket.
Oh, wait! Toto! Come back here, you silly dog!
Toto, curious as ever, darted from the basket, barking at the crowd. Dorothy jumped after him, but in that very instant, the last rope slipped free.
Wait! Oh, please, wait!
Dorothy, I can't stop it. Farewell, my dear. Remember, you already have everything you need.
The balloon lifted higher and higher, drifting into the clouds until it was no more than a golden dot against the sky. Dorothy stood alone, clutching Toto close, her eyes bright with tears. And yet somewhere deep inside, she knew her journey was not quite over. And in that moment, a soft light filled the air. Glinda, the good witch of the south, appeared in a shimmer of pink and gold.
Dorothy, my dear, the silver shoes you've worn all along hold the power to take you anywhere you wish. Close your eyes, think of your home in Kansas, and click your heels together 3 times. Believe with all your heart, for it is your courage, your kindness, and your love that will guide you safely.
In the blink of an eye, Dorothy found herself in her own bed, safe and sound. Outside, the Kansas wind whispered through the fields. Her house and family awaited her, and for the first time in a long while, Dorothy knew the greatest magic of all was the warmth of home.
Toto, are we home?
Dorothy, oh my dear girl, you're safe.
Welcome home, Dorothy. We were so worried.
I'm here. I'm really here. I'm home. I'm really home.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends of the airwaves and travelers along the yellow brick road, please welcome the voice who guided us through storm and shadow, wonder and wisdom, our narrator for this evening, Mr. Max Henry.
Thank you, dear friends. It's been an honor to bring this tale to life for you tonight. And now, if you'd be so kind, help me recognize the remarkable players who made this journey possible. Working down our line, portraying the parts of our announcer, the guard, and the great and powerful Oz himself, the man behind the curtain, Mr. Matthew Rudd. With heart both mechanical and deeply human, the Tin Woodman, Dan Burns. Carried from Kansas by storm and safely home again, our Dorothy, Devin Hemingway. With courage discovered and roared aloud, the cowardly lion, Adam Carr. The cackling menace of the West herself, the wicked witch, Captain Power! And shining in kindness and light as Glinda the Good Witch, Emerson DeSalle! Our earnest and ever hopeful seeker of brains, the Scarecrow, Christopher Davis! Providing not only the faithful Toto, but the magic of sound itself, our Foley artist, Chris Harris! Guiding our world from darkness into light and filling it with sound, Christina Fancy! I've been your humble narrator for this evening, Max Cantor.
On behalf of our entire company, thank you for joining us and for keeping us alive the magic of stories told through voice, imagination, and a little bit of theater magic. This has been a Sterling Community Theater Radio Dessert Show production. Good night.